An award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now one of the leading business coaches and brand experts is taking over the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now here's the business bully himself, Dave Anderson.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen and lady friends. What's happening? It's yours truly, the Mohawkin, real talking, living fully business bully, snapping next to cash and checks, Dave Anderson. Woo! And I'm excited to be here, man. Now, several months ago, I said that Facebook as we know it would be all but dead on or before November 19th of 2019. People took that to mean that I thought Facebook was going somewhere, and that's not what I said. I said Facebook as we know it will cease to exist, meaning that it's going to change. Now, when you see what happens with Zuckerberg testifying before Congress and, joint committees and blah, blah, skibbity, bop, 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 and Zucks puts on a suit, it's a reckoning. So I want to break this down just a little bit. I'm not going to go into every single detail, but I do want to just, point out the fact that I was right and the crowd goes wild. Yes. All right, cut that mess off. All right, so listen to me. Here's where it gets sticky. The internet is a wonderful place, and I love the internet. I think it's amazing. The internet has allowed me to have a career outside of my former career in entertainment and media, marketing and sales, and it's allowed me to, live a certain type of lifestyle. I'm not mad at the internet at all. I do think that the internet should be free. I'm a big believer in keeping things open. I feel like a free and open internet is what's necessary. Having said that, I will say this. I think that when you are illegally taking people's information and selling it to the highest bidder, you've got a problem. Now, having said that, I will say that as a consumer, you need to be aware that when something is free, it usually has a higher cost than what it would if you paid for something. And a lot of times we get caught up in what we think is a bargain, but we turn out and realize that it's not at all. And that's kind of what Facebook is. If you think Cambridge Analytica is one isolated incident, you're a fool. I believe wholeheartedly that our information has been bought and sold to the highest bidder and is all over parts of the quote-unquote dark web, as it were. And I hate that term. I hate any term that's like, oh, that's the dark web or the black internet or whatever. But, in the seedy places of the internet that exist, to just look for your information so they can, ruin your life or market bullshit to you. You got to be prepared to deal with that. And you have to understand that reading those terms of service is important. Now, having said that, there's nothing in the terms of service that says we're going to take information, even if you didn't use an app. If you're a friend of someone who uses an app and use that information to get your information and then use that to market it to you in order to influence a political campaign. And that's where things get messy and sticky. And people try to say, oh, well, it's Zuck's house and Zucks can do whatever he wants. Yeah, Zucks can do whatever he wants. He has the right to do that. But I'm not caping for Zucks. And the reason I'm not caping for Zucks is because you can do whatever you want, but you still have consequences. I am fully prepared to deal with the consequences of anything that comes out of my mouth. You see what I'm saying? I'm fully prepared to do that. And that's because I'm not going back down. You could place me at the gates of hell and I won't back down. Shout to Tom Petty, R.I.P. But real rap, I think that Zucks, wants to create a situation where he monopolizes. So one of the questions I get a lot is, well, Mr. Anderson, how is it that Zucks has been able to survive for so long with Facebook? And I said, you have to understand. And I've said this in many a speech. I've said this on many a YouTube video. I've said this on many an interview. You either evolve or die. It literally is that simple. What Zucks has done masterfully is put himself in a position where he's constantly changing. He's constantly evolving. And sometimes evolving means that I literally buy the competition. If I can't beat them, I will buy them. And that's what you have to do sometimes. You have to pay to get rid of your competitors. So now your competitor becomes a part of you. They assimilate into your culture. On Star Trek The Next Generation, one of the most vicious villains was an alien group that was cybernetically advanced called the Borg. They had all of this scientific technology and all of this data collection, and they were more machine than they were man. and they were made up of humanoid organisms with cybernetic and digital parts. So basically they were cyborgs, but they were just called the Borg. And instead of having a regular spaceship, they rolled around in a box. And you either got in the box with them and assimilated, or you were going to be eliminated. So it's either be assimilated or be eliminated. And they used to tell people before they would assimilate them or kill them, depending on the choices that they made, that resistance is futile. All will be Borg. And the one thing that I do respect about Zux is that Zux has a Borg mentality. However, when you have a Borg mentality, you also have to understand that there are some people who are freedom fighters who ain't going to necessarily bow down to that. And so, Instagram became a problem. Well, let's buy Instagram. WhatsApp became a problem. Well, let's just buy WhatsApp. Oh, look at this Snapchat thing. Well, we're not going to buy them. We're just going to steal every fucking thing about them and gut them and make them almost completely irrelevant. And that's what he did. Now, when you have people looking for the first time hard, see, it's one thing when people know that something is a possibility, and it's something else entirely when it's clear that it's a possibility, like when it's actually happened. When it becomes something that takes place in actuality, then it's kind of like, oh, well, yeah, we're going to have to do something different here. And so that's what's happening. People are realizing that, hey, my information's for sale. Zucks might be whoring me out. And that is problematic. When Mark Zuckerberg got on the stand, because I want to kind of get to the meat and potatoes of this, and this was a hearing, this wasn't a trial, but when he sat before the committees, the one thing that he did do, which I thought was awesome, was that he sat there and he basically started answering the questions, and he would pivot. And anybody who's ever taken media training knows that you pivot in a certain way so you don't get off of your talking points. He's like, oh, I'm so glad you asked that. So one of the things that we're doing over here at Facebook in order to prevent X, Y, and Z is this, that, and the third. And they said, well, will Facebook always be free? Are you looking to do something else? And he said, well, there'll be a version of Facebook that's always going to be free. Bing, 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 bing. I want y'all to catch that. There's going to be a version of Facebook that's always going to be free. Get ready for tears, people. TIERS, along with TEARS. Because some of y'all are going to be crying the blues. Because I want to tell you right now, free Facebook is going to suck donkey crotch. So this is a great move. Now, keep in mind, there are plenty of people who sat asking Zuckerberg questions who had a great amount of stock in Facebook. And if you're not up on the people who were sitting on Capitol Hill with an assload of stock in Facebook, let me help you out, because there's quite a few actually. Let's see, let me pull them up for you, because I had taken all the pictures and the numbers of the folks who had their situations up on Facebook real hard, like, and I wanted to make sure that I gave you all that work, because I feel like it's important, when you're talking about these folks. So there's a few. First, Representative Brad Schneider of Illinois has $200,000 in Facebook. Nancy Pelosi has, of California, she has $500,000. Michael McCall of Texas has $1 million in stock. Sheldon Whitehouse has $30,000 in stock. And Kurt Schrader, who's also on the Energy and Commerce Committee, has $15,000 in stock. So I figured I'd just let y'all know that. So when you go back and you look at the softball questions, you can see who asked what and why. But he was like, yeah, there's always going to be a version of Facebook that's free, because now they're about to get into the serious bread. But I think that they're going to lose some market share simply because people are not going to be as keen on that. Now, people always come to me when I start telling y'all this shit and spiking the football, because just like I told y'all about Bitcoin, just like I told y'all about Toys R Us, and people wanted to argue me up and down, I was right again. Facebook, as you know it, is going to be all but dead by November 19th, 2019. Meaning that Facebook that you've come to enjoy, those 2-cent ads that you've been running in order to build your email list, those days are over. You get ready for those ad stuff to increase. That ad spend is going to increase. There's going to be tiers, and it's going to come, there's going to be a tier just like with Hulu. Like, you can get Hulu and it's like $6 a month, or you can get Hulu and it's like $15 a month, and the $15 a month comes with absolutely no commercials. There's even premium channels on cable that were basic channels that are now premium channels. You can upgrade to a premium version that has no commercials in it. That way that they're making another form of revenue. In radio, we call this NTR, or non-traditional revenue. So you're going to look and see that Zucks is going to have different tiers of Facebook for you to enjoy. He's probably going to create a tier for business. He's going to create a tier for groups. You know, how many people see those groups, how much you have to spend in ads. It's going to be a whole clusterfuck, and I want y'all to get ready for it. So you can say that you heard it here first. Again, I'm taping this, so, get ready for that. What else do I want to tell you that's important about this whole Zucks thing? I honestly think that, people always say, well, what's the solution? You're always you're spiking the football, and you always say that you're right because you made another bold prediction, Mr. Anderson, but I don't hear you talking solutions. And the truth of the matter is, I have been talking solutions. I just don't think they're the solutions that you want to hear. Because what you're looking for is yet another social media platform to come do it for you. And what I'm trying to tell you is you can't put your eggs all in one particular basket. You got to start putting your eggs all over the place. Go where the people are, but build your own tribe. Build your own audience. You need to start creating an email list if you haven't already. You also need to start creating a text messaging and marketing campaign if you haven't already. You need a piece of the web that is all your own. You need to start getting on YouTube and start YouTubing. Not necessarily because I want you to become a YouTube star and make $1 million a month. That's a pipe dream that won't happen for most people. But what will happen is if you have video, and video is rewarded by Google because Google owns YouTube, and you have video on the second largest search engine on the planet, being YouTube itself. It's not just a video site, it's the second largest search engine on the planet. Then your results come up. Then you can start playing with the big boys, and then you can start inviting people to text message your number, like text Business Bully, it's 2 words, to 31996, and watch what happens. I'll give you a gift. You'll be able to rock out with me. You'll know when my appearances are. Speaking of which, not that I like to date these shows, but on Friday, April 13th, I am going to be giving the keynote at Delaware County Community College. I can't wait. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship, technology, and growth, especially for African American students, and what the future looks like for millennials in this market. I can't wait for my keynote. I'm more excited about the Q&A than anything. I live for the Q&A. I think it is extremely important, to talk to young people about their futures and what they can really do in order to make an impact and really just, kick today's ass. So I'm really excited about that. By the way, that event is free and open to the public. There's also going to be free breakfast and lunch, so make sure you check it out if you're in the area. Come see me. Let's take a selfie. Let's bust it up. And for those of you who aren't, well, damn, get at me. I think there's a contact link for me to come through and speak at your events if you go to businessbullyshow.com. I think it's media@businessbullyshow.com or something along those lines. Anyway and anyhow, aside from all of that, I want you to know that I'm just excited about everything. I also have something else coming up that's going to allow you to build your email list in a much faster, much cleaner, much concise way. And I'm thrilled about that. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to be going out to the Silicon Valley next week. And when I come back, it's really going to be, it's going to be on and cracking. I will let the cat out the bag, but y'all are really going to, you're going to love it. Woo! So excited. So I hope that, everything is really what it is, man. What's up to James Madison, who's listening live? I appreciate that. Thanks so much for being here, buddy. I always like it when people are listening live. If you listen to the show, please do me the biggest favor. I don't really ask for much. I don't want y'all to go around buying my books all the damn time. I do appreciate it. But what I want more than anything is for you to leave a comment and leave a rating. If you leave a 5-star rating, even if you hate me, I will read it on the air. Like, it's very important to me to get those ratings up because I'm trying to keep it pushing. And I love the fact that so many people listen to me all over the world, but I really want to get more feedback and more ratings and give people more reasons why they should listen to the Bully. Like, I think that that's just phenomenal, and I would really love that if you could do that for me. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going on with me. Oh, a couple things that I did want to touch on real quick. Yeah, shout out to Cardi B for getting ready to have her, pulling out her baby bump so everybody can see it. That's dope. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. She dropped a couple of singles this week. I'm excited about that. I haven't heard them yet. I'll probably listen to them as soon as I get off of this. Also, shout out to everybody who has been, really checking me out and sharing my videos and whatnot. Shout out to everybody who's been checking out, my series on the Black church. I think that that's important. Like anything else, man, I'm a businessman and I do business with everybody, but I'm a black man and I can't divorce myself from Black America's problems just because I'm an entrepreneur. So, definitely wanted to touch on that, and I wanted to say that I'm really, really excited about everything that I got coming up. I'm really excited about these dates. I'm really excited about heading out to the Silicon Valley and really making it happen. But also, leave a comment. Let me know what you wanted me to talk about, things that you're interested in, and what I can work on, what you'd like more of from me. Like, all those things mean so much to me. So, I definitely appreciate you. I think that you're just phenomenal for listening and coming through. Like, it really means more to me than you'll ever know. And man, that's it. This is going to be a real short show. I wasn't trying to be up here all day, but I think it's important. I do think, though, that this Facebook situation is very, very interesting. But if you think that this government is going to stop at Facebook, you're crazy. They're going to do everything. They probably going to. I wouldn't be surprised if they dragged in Jack from Twitter. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in the CEO of Google. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in Tim Cook from Apple, because I think that services and what people are looking at and things that people are saying are extremely important. And I'm really, really curious to see what comes next. But we'll monitor the situation. As always, man, I'm so excited to have you here. Get out of your feelings and get into your business, man, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Want free business and marketing tips from Dave? Text Business Bully to 31996. That's Business Bully to 31996. Standard data and text message rates apply.